Alright guys, so I forgot to film the intro video for the footage you're getting to rewatch, so I thought I'd go ahead and go over what we was doing and where we was fishing at. We was fishing the 3 Mile Reef out of Tampa Bay. We was fishing the incoming tide. We got out there probably about 8:45 or so. Fished to about 1 or 1:30, right at, I think it was peaking, the tide was peaking when we left. As far as setup we was using 8 to 10,000 size reels. This was the setup I was using. It's a Penn 1050. I've got 100-pound braid on it, and then I'm using a Penn Rampage rod. It's the 30 to 50 pound rod. And then we was just using a float rig. We was sitting over top of a structure. We'd throw the reef anchor out and stopped on top of the structure, and the structure was sitting about 28, 29 foot. So I had my float rig set up at about 20 foot down, about 8 foot over top of the structure. And as far as leader, I started out using a heavier leader. I started out using, I think, about 7 foot of 400-pound mono, and then I had a little small piece of wire, and then we was using a 18-aught non-offset circle hook. But I was having a hard time getting the hook, couldn't hook up with them, so I downsized. This is 250-pound mono, and then a 8-aught non-offset circle hook, and then I just got a weight on top just to get the bait down. And as far as bait, we started out using some Spanish mackerel carcasses that I caught a few days before, and I run out of them, so then we started just taking and dropping some shrimp down on some smaller rods, just dropping it down and just catching. We was catching pinfish and then spotted tail pinfish, and they was all probably 8 inches or so, 8 or 9 inches, and I was just taking the whole bait, hooking it through the top and throwing it out there. And as soon as they'd get probably 30 to 40 yards from behind the boat, it'd get hit. Got cut off a few times. Got cut off on my 400-pound mono, and then we'd throw the chum bag out and it got bit off. And then my dad hooked up to one, I think it was probably a nurse shark, but I'm not 100% sure. But we got it all the way up to the float, so the bait was still down, probably still down 15 foot or so, or the fish was. Never could see it, but he fought it for about 30 minutes and then wound up pulling the hook, so missed that one. But hope you enjoy the footage. I'll see you on the water. You come back this way.
He got out.
Oh yeah. Throw a tip down.